Hi guys, it's Loretta with Sparrowhawker Designs. Welcome back to my channel. I have been a very busy girl and have not had a chance to make a video. So I thought I would come on and share with you two of the projects that I am in the middle of working on. One is a slow stitch project, which I will get to in a minute. The other is this 100 Modern Quilt Blocks by Tula Pink. This book is, it's 10 years old already. And this is a class that's being offered at my local quilt shop. And I thought I would do it because I don't usually do modern, and it's also a challenge because it's 100 different blocks. So I think I showed this back when I bought fabric to do it because I was so excited about the fabrics, and I ended up changing my mind on what fabrics to use because quite frankly, I thought that there's such little pieces in this that I honestly thought that the fabric I had originally bought for this project would just get lost in it. So I switched to purple and green and yellow, and this is also a chance for me to get to use a bunch of my scraps because they're such little pieces that, you know. So these are the blocks that I have completely finished so far, and I want to tell you that I have literally never made anything that little in my life. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I got to do some fussy cutting, and here's, I don't know which way these go, but anyway, so here's the other block that I have finished. So the book for this is set up in, I mean, just look at these little, yeah, I'm not sure I'm ever gonna, I don't know that making a miniature quilt is in my future. But anyway, I can't remember what I was saying before I interrupted myself, but anyway, it really has been, I mean, it's just been a whole learning experience, and it's been kind of this, I sprayed this one with starch, and it's all puckered for some reason. I'm sure it'll come out once it's washed. So I think how I am going to set this quilt up is I'm just going to do very thin strips in between each block. And I have a few other blocks that I have completely made. This one impressed the heck out of me that I actually made it. This is so not my normal, I mean, I make pieced quilts, but not with these tiny of pieces. Anyway, I have a few other blocks that are finished, but I haven't squared them up yet, so I didn't want to show those just yet. But, you know, I mean, sometimes I think being challenged, deliberately biting off more than you can chew, or taking on something that you think is difficult or you have never done before, I think is good for you. It, you know, I mean, even if it doesn't turn out good, you at least tried. And then most of the time you surprise yourself, and it ends up turning out okay. Or even good, you know. So yeah, so those are the blocks that I have finished so far. And then, like I said, I think I have 5 others that I just haven't squared up. I haven't trimmed up. These are 6.5-inch finished blocks. And they have been, like I said, an adventure. And I'm behind because my entire family's been sick. And so I am about, I don't know, 10 blocks behind everybody else in the class. The next chapter, though, is the one that's going to be really fun, and it's all triangles. They're all triangle blocks, and if any of you are actual quilters, you know, meaning that you piece quilts, not just like crazy quilts, not embroidery or whatever, if you actually make piece quilts, you will understand the trepidation over triangles. Because there's a lot of them. Every single block has a triangle in it. So that's kind of how this, and these are flying geese, which I've made before. So, but this book is sort of broken down into, I think it's rectangles, crosses, triangles, and then I can't remember, squares maybe. I can't remember what the rest of it is. But Anyway, so those are my blocks. And yes, I switched fabrics and changed over to green and yellow and purple. I don't know if too many of these blocks here have very much in the way of purple, or the way of yellow. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there are some. And you know, there, of course, in the purple world, there is blue purple and there's red purple. And at first I was kind of sweating that, like not trying, you know, trying to decide if I wanted red purple or blue purple and sort of leave the others out. And I decided, no, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. There are going to be 100 blocks. So like this purple is almost not even purple, you know. But I think, and then this is like the red purple, you know, like a pink. I mean, these are not the same family, but I don't care. I think because there are so many blocks, it's going to be such a huge quilt that I think it's just all going to work out. I think it's all just going to blend, and I'm not going to sweat it. So anyway, all right. So that's the 100 blocks class that I am taking, and my update on that, I will update you as we go. The goal is for everybody to finish making their blocks by July, and then spend July and part of August putting the whole quilt together, and then having them quilted, and then the quilt shop wants to display them for the shop hop. I don't know if I'm going to make that deadline, but okay. The other thing I'm doing is this is a new slow stitch project. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. So I have decided I'm going to make a banner or a wall hanging or something along those lines. I'm going to take this off because it's kind of, you may be able to see that better. So what that is, I'm making 5 of these because an odd number always works better for some reason. It lays better. You know, whatever it is I'm working on, it always seems like an odd number is better than an even number. So I'm going to have, so then there will be the third one will be the odd number. So, and then there'll be 2 more, and I'm hoping to kind of, like, they'll just kind of swoop down and hang. So on the back, I am going to have to, before I, cover the back, I may not even cover the back, but I'm going to get a piece of, I don't know, sari silk ribbon or some kind of cording or something, and sew them along the top of the back so that then they will hang. Now, and then you could hang this like in a little girl's room, or, well, anywhere really, from one end, you know, like over the top of a bed or over the top of a window or anything like that. You could also do it long ways, just have like a piece of ribbon going in between each one. And it could be, you know, next to a door, or, you know, something like that. You could also put these in a book if you didn't want to make something that hangs. So I was thinking about doing this as my sew along for this year, but I don't really have, there's not really much in the way of prompts for this. So I have another project that I think I'm gonna try to have ready for June, and it'll just be a sew along for the last half of the year instead of the beginning half of the year. If you do want to make one of these and sew along with me and you want prompts, this was the first one, and I would say the prompt would be to use some sort of stamped fabric or words or something like that. So this one, I stamped this. This was actually part of a selvage edge of fabric. Time Worn was just already on there, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's just perfect. This is also a piece of stamped fabric, and then these are off of a big piece of yardage of just postage stamps, and I just bought like a half a yard and cut all these little stamps out of it. Now I have all these stamps I can use on everything. Yeah, so that would be, and then this one, I would say the prompt on this one would be to use your favorite color and French knots. So I don't know if you can see, I hope you can see, let's see. I used a ton of French knots all in here. So yeah, and this is a very old piece of, I don't know what it was, but some kind of a trim on something, and it's just ancient. So on this one, this is the new one that I made. I did a feather stitch down the side here. First of all, I put down a piece of trim that I got at just, I don't know, Joann, Hobby Lobby, something like that. So it's a piece of trim down here. And then I did feather stitch down, and then I did lazy daisy in the feather stitches, and then I also just put a straight stitch here just to kind of keep that down, because it was just, I thought, too loosey-goosey. And then this is a vintage yo-yo, or Suffolk puff as they call them in England. Down here I did a lazy daisy flower with a little bit of herringbone stitch. This is layered a couple of times. I've got a very thin fabric layered there with a blue here. It's the same blue that's up here. And then this big blue piece here is a part of a hanky that I actually dyed with blue dye. And then I did, let's see, there's a piece of very gossamer type trim around this picture, and that also I just got at a regular craft store. And then I just did X's along it, and then let's see, I put the picture on top of this shredded thing. And there's also a little bit of cheesecloth here that I tea stained. And then I just put a ton of French knots all along there. Now the image, I have videos on, I have a video somewhere on my channel that shows how you can print images onto fabric. You can either buy fabric sheets from any of your craft stores. Hobby Lobby sells them, Joann sells them, I'm pretty sure Michael sells them. Probably your local quilt shop would sell them as well, and they're like fabric that's on paper, and you run it through your printer just like you would anything else. Or you can buy them. There are several Etsy shops that have images like this pre-printed for you, and I think this one might actually have come to me in a swap with another crafter. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's my two. And whoops. And, okay, well, I can't find the third one. It's not finished anyway, but I was going to show you just the beginnings of the third one. I am doing these in very soft pastels. This one's pink, this one's blue. Obviously, the next one is kind of greenish and purple. And then after that, I probably will do peach, maybe. And then maybe yellow cream beige, and so yeah, so anyway, this is my slow stitch project for right now, and I hope to have a better kind of sew along project that will start in June and run through December. And yeah, so I just wanted to share those and my blocks for the class that I am taking. And the next time I see you, I hope to have really, really, really exciting news to share with you. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I'm really loving these. I'm really loving the way they're turning out. Oh, and these are, I think they're 4 by 5, I think, or 4 by 6. Hang on. Inches. Let's see. 6. So, okay, 5 by 6 inches is what those are. So, that is, what, about 15 centimeters by 13 centimeters, something like that. All right, okay, until next time, I hope everybody is doing well, and here's hoping we have a lovely spring. Bye.